The ground trembled before the first shot was fired. At dawn, on July 5, 1943, the stillness across the Russian countryside shattered with the thunder of artillery. Tanks roared to life, smoke choked the sky. And in the fields around a city called Kursk, the largest armored clash in human history had begun. But this wasn't just a battle. It was the turning point on the Eastern Front, a last, desperate German gamble, and the moment the Red Army stopped retreating for good. After the disaster at Stalingrad, Hitler needed a win, something to regain momentum. His generals warned him the Soviets were dug in, reinforced, ready. But he believed speed and surprise would shatter the lines. His plan, a pincer strike. Two massive forces, one from the north, one from the south, would surround the Soviet forces holding the Kursk salient. But Stalin wasn't caught off guard. Soviet spies had already intercepted German plans. Over weeks, the Red Army built layer after layer of trenches, minefields, tank traps, and gun emplacements. Entire cities were fortified, villages emptied, fields wired with explosives. Nearly 2 million Soviet troops waited behind barbed wire and camouflage nets. And then, the Germans came. In the north, General Model's Ninth Army advanced slowly, grinding through a wall of resistance. Artillery pounded their flanks. Soviet aircraft screamed overhead. German Tigers and Panthers led the push, but even they were slowed by marshy terrain and well-placed Soviet anti-tank guns. In the south, it was General Hoth's 4th Panzer Army, led by the elite SS Panzer divisions. Their goal, punch through to the city of Prokhorovka and break the Soviet back. It was there, in the fields near Prokhorovka, that the war's most brutal day unfolded. On July 12th, in choking dust and heat, thousands of tanks met head-on. It wasn't precision warfare. There was no room to maneuver. Soviet T-34s and German Tigers collided at ranges so close crews could see one another's faces. Turrets blew skyward. Shells ripped through armor. Soldiers fought from burning wrecks with pistols and grenades. The ground shook with every detonation. By nightfall, over 7,000 tanks had entered the field at Kursk. Hundreds were left smoking in place. Thousands of men were dead. But despite their fury, the Germans had failed to break through. Their offensive stalled, and Stalin ordered his counterattack. Wave after wave of Soviet troops surged forward. New divisions poured into the gap. Fresh T-34s replaced the destroyed. The Luftwaffe, once dominant in the skies, struggled to keep up. German supply lines stretched thin. Mud swallowed convoys whole. What was once a spearhead became a retreat. By August, the Red Army had pushed the Germans back to where they'd started. Kursk held. The line had not broken. The cost was enormous. The Soviets suffered over 250,000 casualties. Germany lost more than 500 tanks, thousands of men, and any remaining chance of winning the war in the east. Kursk broke their momentum forever. From that moment on, the Wehrmacht would only retreat, bleeding step by step, all the way back to Berlin. The battlefield today is quiet. Green fields have reclaimed the wreckage. The ruins have been cleared. But below the soil, twisted metal still rusts. Shell fragments, tank treads, helmets, bones. Beneath the farms and wildflowers lies the memory of the day when everything changed and the earth itself shook with fire. Thank you for listening to Last Post History. Subscribe for more true stories from the world at war.